Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, and we're going to be doing a subscriber review. So this was sent in by Zad, and I want to say thank you for sending this in. Now, I watched this gameplay over a couple of times now. It's a 28 gun streak, so this is a nuclear choke, and looks like today he is going to be using the M4 with EOD, Ghost, and Tracker. Very good perk setup. Especially for going for nukes. He's running the UAV, the VTOL, and the advanced UAV, which is probably one of the best setups you can do. You can also do white phosphorus instead of the VTOL jet if you really want to, or you can run a chopper gunner. It's really just up to you, whatever you want to do. He's also got stim shots, claymore, and for his M4 he's got the monolithic suppressor, it looks like, the commando foregrip, the 16-inch M16 barrel, or I don't know, is it 16-inch? I honestly don't remember. It's basically the medium one. 50-round magazine and the stippled grip tape, and this is exactly what I would be using on my M4A1 just because I think it's the best balance between all the different statistics. And overall, this is a good gun. So one of the things about this player is he lives in the Middle East, so he has to play on European servers. So he's going to be by default around 125 to 180 ping if I had to take a guess, and this is something that is unfortunate. It's Activision's end on why, you know, he has to struggle. I really hope that Activision eventually gives the Middle East players servers, because I know that the player base there is much bigger than people think it is. So definitely I think Activision should invest in doing that. But anyways, so right here, he's going to go ahead and call up his UAV. Now, he's at sea, and one of the things about the way I play ground war all the time is I'm constantly chasing after flags that the enemies own. And he does this in his gameplay, but right now he's just looking at sea, he's holding it down, making sure that enemies are not going to take this point, and I'm going to assume, because he knows that sea is one of the most key points on your palace, and the reason being is kill streaks do the most work whenever the enemies do not have C. Also, it looks like there is another guy on the other team, nuclear calling card. Whenever I see nuclear calling cards in ground war, I just assume these guys are going to be sweating their absolute hardest, going for nukes. That's their only goal. So whenever you see players like this, you always want to be aware of them, making sure they are not going to be streaking on you, because then eventually you'll lose track of them and they're going to nuke you. It's happened to me. It's happened to pretty much everybody that plays ground war long enough and just forgets about them eventually. But anyways, so yes, so right here it looks like he's going to go ahead and peek this window. Now the thing is, this guy is still here, and as you guys can see, there is the lag that just happens. I wouldn't be able to stand this. Like, I would be constantly calling Activision customer support, just roasting them, just because I'm that type of person that, you know, I don't like poor customer service, okay? I think that if you're a business, you should constantly be supporting your customers, and, you know, Activision, and here's the thing, right? Activision has the money to put servers in the Middle East. Let's just say that Activision 110% has the money to do it. It's just they obviously don't want to do it because it's probably just corporate greed, if I had to take a guess. But let's focus on the gameplay here. So, D flag, he is going to be looking at D flag. Looks like he's going back to E because E is their HQ. Now, here's the thing. Ever since ground war has been, you know, it's this late into the game's life cycle, a lot of the players that used to spawn in at the EHQ don't really do this too much anymore. Back in the day, you could sit up here in this building and half the enemy team would be spawning in their HQ, just trying to recapture the point that is closest to their HQ, and you could farm easy nukes because generally the good players would be trying to go deeper into towards your spawn and doing the same thing back to you. Now I find the flow of ground war is more around the three middle flags, so B, C, and D. It's not so much focused on those HQ flags anymore. That's just what I've noticed whenever I was still playing ground war. As you guys know, I have not played ground war in a while. I might start doing just a little bit soon with some other content creators here on YouTube. We'll see when things happen with that. I am in the DMs with someone right now. But anyways, he is going ahead calling up a UAV, and again, at this point, I would really be rotating over towards A, B, or C, just because that's where the enemies are going to be. For me, I want to streak up as quickly as I possibly can, so that way other players on the other team do not have that chance of streaking up on me. That's just my kind of like philosophy whenever I'm playing. So he's going to go ahead and rotate back, which again is good because that's exactly what I would have done in this situation, because no, it didn't really seem like anyone else was really spawning in at E. So right here he's going to go ahead back up top of C, and this is kind of where the magic happens, this gameplay. So he ends up going on a 28 gun streak in the palace here, and one of the things about this player I want to make note of real quick is he has very good movement. He is sliding around a lot and getting into people's faces like that, and I don't really use sliding too much simply because my scuff is broke, and I used to use sliding a lot, but without a scuff I just can't hit the circle button in time. I play on stick and move, so I prefer to jump. But anyways, he's moving through the palace really good, and you know, constantly switching up his position. But the deeper in the streak he gets, and this is a problem I have too, and I'm going to assume it's the same problem for him because I noticed this in the end of the gameplay, which whenever we get there we'll talk about it. But it's basically you just want to basically seal the deal on that move. You're so focused on sealing the deal that you almost forget to keep moving around and you know, outplay people. So right here he's on an 11. He got those guys from behind, easy picks. And right now we're looking for a 12th kill for the advance. There we go, we got a nice double. Right there, I wouldn't have slid down the stairs just because what if someone was waiting down there? You never know, they might cap you as soon as you go down. So you got to be careful of that. Don't slide too much, you know. Even though your movement's good, especially in gunfights, you don't want to overdo it. And the reason you don't want to overdo your movement is because you'll expose yourself to someone that's potentially waiting for you. So always try to use the most cover you possibly can. Now right here, he's reading his advanced very well. Basically just constantly looking at the advance, watching for enemies to spawn in, and as you can see, pulls back. This is good. Pulling back is very important, and he goes ahead, repositions, get the kill. Again, this guy takes him by surprise. The guy's coming, he knows he's here, but he just didn't anticipate Mizad here to go ahead and hit that slide on him and get out of the way of the gunfight. So right here, he's going ahead and he's getting some extra kills, and now he's going to go ahead and rotate back towards this side. So at this point, we're on what, a 22 gun streak or so? I would have gotten out of here now, okay? I would have been repositioning to a different area because people are starting to hunt. They know you're here, they want to kill you, they do not want to get nuked, and that's exactly what they're going to start doing, is they're going to be hunting. So right here, he picks up another kill, 24th, and just looking for some extra picks. So right here, you want to be a little bit more trigger disciplined, right? You want to have a little bit more trigger discipline. Don't just... I know you're at higher ping, so it's a lot harder to make sure that you're keeping trigger discipline, but right here's where it's going to get him, okay? Because he's really low on ammo, and what I would have done is, I saw that the hit reg was not working right there on that guy that was going up the stairs, so I would have pulled back and switched to my secondary in order to try to take out the guy that was at the staircase there that ended up killing you. But, you know, you read it properly whenever you had the advanced, but it's just a matter of think about trying to reposition without a radar, right? You just want to get a feel of where the enemies are going to be and what's going to happen. So that's the gameplay, so thank you so much for sending it in, and I'm hoping I was able to help you out a little bit, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.